Hi, everybody. Good morning. I hope everyone had a great weekend, and we look forward to a great week as well. In this Mindset Monday, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Dailan Rubido. I'm the Doral broker on behalf of Broker Nation Real Estate, and I come to you every Monday and every Friday. So Monday is gonna be Mindset Monday, and Friday is gonna be Real Estate Friday. We have a lot of full schedule and busy scheduled during the week, and I'm gonna be covering that at the end of this training to make sure that you know what's coming up and how we at Broker Nation can help you with your business. So welcome again to Mindset Monday. And I don't know about you, but I stopped listening to the news. I've stopped listening to the Instagram and the Facebook channels and what's going on nowadays because it's all bad news. But instead, I kind of put together 5 action steps that you can take right now. Everybody here is a business owner, is in sales, or you want to do more for your company because keep in mind, a lot of people are getting laid off. A lot of people are losing their jobs. But those of you that are still employed, those of you that are self-employed, and those of you that are running a business, you want to make sure that you're still providing good service to your customers. So 5 action steps that you can take right now in this market, in this situation. So we're not in normal times, guys. We're not. Definitely.
Excuse me, Daylon. Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to point out to everyone that if you have any questions or comments as we go along, as Daylon goes along, please drop them in the chat. You can access the chat at the bottom of your screen. Just roll your mouse over it and it'll say chat, that chat icon. And we will be monitoring the chat, and we'll be feeding questions to Daylon as he goes along or trying to answer them ourselves. Okay, thank you.
All right, good. Thank you for that. So like I was saying, we're not in normal times. In fact, we are living in unprecedented times, critical times, hard to deal with. But how can we, as persons, as individuals, how can we deal with what's going on? All right, so how can we get through this? And we will get through this, but how can we do that right now? So I put together 5 action steps to take now. Step number 1, or action step number 1, is don't panic. Be prepared and practice safety. That's number 1. Don't panic. Be prepared and practice safety. So that means that you need to protect yourself. You need to protect yourself first, protect your family, protect your coworkers, protect your team, okay? Protect your customers and follow up with them, right? Make sure that you're practicing the same thing and you're preaching that to them as well. Make sure you reach out to them and let them know that the same steps you can share with them, and make sure that they're doing the same thing. They practice safety. The more we can do that in this time, the better it is for everybody. Step number 2, commit to expansion. And that's for all of us. Commit to expansion. This is the time to make your brand bigger. This is the time to build your brand. This is not the time to contract, to hide away, to stay at home, sitting on the couch, just watching TV. This is not the time for that. This is the time to sit down, go back to your board. If you were thinking of in 2020, when we started the year, you were thinking about when you wrote down in your plan for the year, your goals, pretty much, if you think about it, we're done with that. So we have to sit back and restructure our year, restructure our plan, restructure what we have put together before and what's going to be our new strategies moving forward. That's the time for that. That's the time for expansion. How can we deliver value? Think about that. How can we deliver value? How can we be of service? How can be creative and come up with ways and ideas that we can reach out to our customers and talk to them? Because now our communication with them should be different, and we want to see how we can do that. Now's the time to show love and be humane with other people. That's gonna go a long way right now. The more you can make a difference, the bigger your brand will be. I'll say that again. The more you can make a difference right now, the bigger your brand will be. The more you can make a difference, and you do that by, as I said before, with a series of questions. How can you create value? How can you approach clients? How can you set something different? Think of the same Zoom meetings and live Instagram, live Facebook meetings. You can somebody do a video and incite them to do something with you, or get into a conversation with you, or Do something that is going to help you excel or grow your brand. Number 3, follow the money. That's very important because right now everybody's running scared. So you want to make sure that who has the money right now. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a sign right behind me, right under the little cow that you see on the screen. It says, "Who's got my money?" So that doesn't mean that we're materialistic or we're going after money, but think of who has the money right now and how can we service that person. Again, we need to better serve other people, and that means that we need to follow the trend. We need to follow what is going on with the money. Where is it going? So right now, essentials are food, water, housing. Those are the 3 things that are becoming essential right now: food, water, housing. Provide housing. So we are essential. We want to make sure that we are seeing. We're putting ourselves as the authority in the market right now, and we're reaching out to as many people as we can to be able to provide that essential, that housing. So ask yourself, who's got my money? If I contract now, I will be out of production. If I contract right now, if I stop what I'm doing, stop growing my brand, if I just sit in the couch, watch TV, run scared, just watching the news all the time, what's going to happen to my production? It's going to tank. Okay, it's tanking as it is because of what's happening in the economy or what's happening in the market right now. But we want to make sure that that's not us. We want to make sure that we are not contracting, yet we're expanding and following the money and following what's going on. There's a lot of professionals out there that they haven't been laid off. We have attorneys, we have paralegals, we have doctors or heroes right now taking care of what's going on, the situation, firefighters, all these people. They need housing. They need some type of service from us. So think how you can reach to this type of market and be of service to them so they can continue doing their job. And at the same time, we are growing our brand and we're providing a better value for them. So that's number 3, follow the money. And number 4, be persistent. I don't know how many of you were involved in real estate back in 2008, but if you notice, especially those that are brand new in real estate, that started after 2008, didn't experience what happened. But if you were in the business in 2008, you were able to see that a lot of agents, a lot of people that were in the business, salespeople, they left the business. They started doing another type of job, and then they might have come back afterwards. But think of how you can be persistent nowadays, because it's gonna get ugly, all right? It's gonna get difficult. But if you are persistent, you will remain in the few that stay, and you're gonna excel. You're gonna be able to do a lot more. So others will quit, but you will persist. I don't know if you want to write that down. I kind of rhyme. Others will quit, but you will persist. So make sure you're persistent. You don't stop. You craft you become better at your craft. You become better in your business. You become better in your service, and you come with ideas. And no matter how hard it gets, guys, continue. Be persistent. That's key. And number 5 is take advantage of the situation. Find out what other people won't do and do it. I'll say that again. Find out what other people won't do and you do it. That takes creativity. That takes observation. Make sure that you're aware of what's going on, what other people are doing, what other people are not doing, and how you can implement that in your business. How can you fill that gap so your brand, it's bigger? And I'm not saying that in a way of for you to be heroic or be a superstar, but in a way that you can reach people and be humane with them. Okay, this is the time to show love and to show appreciation and to let your clients, your customers, your family, and everybody around you know that you're here for them no matter what. So take advantage of the situation. A lot of people are home just watching TV. Think of yourself, but think about other people, what they're doing, and they feel the same. But you are thinking differently. You're thinking, how can I value these people? How can I come and communicate with these people what's going on right now? Because let me tell you this is gonna turn, and it will. This will definitely turn. It will get better. But at the end, when it does turn, where are you gonna be? Where are you gonna be at when this turns? Are you taking the time to better yourself, taking advantage of what's going on? While other people are running away, are you staying persistent? Are you staying steady? Are you studying? Are you getting better yourself, connecting to this meetings, connecting to your company, connecting to us as Broker Nation, as a team, to make sure you're getting the right training, the right meetings, the right mindset. We're going over deals with you. Are you taking advantage of what's going on right now? If you go to brokernation.events, we're putting together trainings every single day for you. We have the Mindset Monday on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We have Steve going over on marketing ideas, the CRM that we're using, the tools that you can be implementing in your business right now, how to create that foundation and be able to reach out to as many people automatically, okay, multiplying your efforts to be able to be a better service to others. On Wednesday, we're having meeting as a whole team of Broker Nation, and Friday, we're having the Real Estate Friday. So are you connecting with us? Are you connecting to your team? Are you connecting to your sure that if you're a team leader, you're connecting with your team and making that they're getting this valuable information. They're getting connected with Broker Nation. They're getting connected with you. They're getting connected with your team. And you, as a person, you need to be connected with your customers. You need to be connected with your family members, with your prospect, past prospects, people that you have reached out before that never did anything. Now it's the time that they can hear for you in a different marketing way. So do that. Take advantage of this situation. Take action now. Because if you don't, when this turn, you're going to be 30, 90 days behind. And you don't want to do that, right? You want to make sure you're ahead of the game. You want to make sure you're ahead of what's going on. So take action now, guys. So this is Mindset Monday. Again, I want to encourage everyone. Like I promised you before, this little extended. I know everybody's busy and I want everybody to take action. So I don't want to take away from your time. In fact, I want you to go out there and start doing what you're supposed to do. One suggestion is try to contact as many people as you can via text messages, social media, phone calls. Last Friday on Real Estate Friday, I was talking about going back to basics, going back to the phone, making phone calls and reach out to as many people as you can. This little thing right here, this is not for, it's not even pretty. This is to make calls. This is to reach out people, be humane and be, they want to hear a voice. Another thing, another idea that came to me, I started doing it yesterday is put little videos together and send it to your customers. Send them a text message with your video, with a message to that customer, their families. They'll appreciate that. That'll go 100 ways and it will touch their lives. So make sure you do that. Find ways of you can help in maybe in the community by providing some kind of service or via video or Zoom, or make sure that people are engaged with you. Take action.
Daylon, we have a question in the chat. Daylon, how do you feel about farm mailings? This fan mailings, I think it means farm mailings. How do you feel about mailings?
Mailing, so like direct mailing, I'm assuming?
Mail, looks like mail. The question is mailings to your farm. Yeah.
All right. So if you were sending mails out, like let's say postcards or letters and stuff like that, think about it. So right now, everybody's trying to turn away from the coronavirus or what's going on, and everybody's afraid. So maybe mailing out postcards, letters, and stuff like that. Personally, I don't think it would be the best way to go. And if you do, you don't need to spend that much money right now. It's easier to pick up the phone, call people, send a text message, engage with them, or trying to do, if you log in with us on Tuesdays and Thursday with Steve, you'll see that using the CRMs, you can reach out to a certain amount of people in the area. Steve, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can reach out to people by zip codes or areas, and then you can try to do some kind of marketing that you can reach out to those people. And as people connect with you, I would suggest put together like a Zoom meeting. You have free versions, you have paid versions. The more, if you pay, the more people you can get into your Zoom meetings, or you can do Facebook Live or Instagram Live. Those are good ways and free that you can reach out to as many people as you can. I would definitely go that route rather than even exposing people to, think about it. They're touching the mail, delivering the mail. It's a lot of hands involved, and I would definitely recommend not to do that. Any other questions?
Yeah, that was a good question, and I would second that. What Daylon said from a marketing perspective. I always preach to start with your audience and work your way backwards. So in marketing, we pay very close attention to the attention of our audience. Where is the attention right now? So is it people checking their mail? Media is more important than ever right now. and everyone is trying really hard to not check the media, but you can't help it. Everyone is on social media, everyone is online, everyone's at home, and it's really important to have an online presence. And then the second step is to create some kind of content that separates you from the pack. Don't just say what everybody else is saying. What Daylon is saying, I think, is really powerful. How can you set yourself apart with a relevant message for what it is that your audience is going through right now?
Very good. I do have a list of first-time home buyers that I was working with, and it's just to give you an idea, which is the purpose of Mindset Monday is for that, to be able to give you ideas, suggestions, tips that you can use, and hope that you can get motivated and inspired by some of this stuff that we're talking about. But going back again, the list that I had a list of first-time home buyers. So that list of first-time home buyers, what I did was I started reaching out to each and every one of them, just touching base, how they're doing, see if they remember me, but trying to get in a conversation with them and invite them to do maybe a Zoom meeting or connect with me in some kind of way so I can instruct them or let them know what's going on in the market. If they're still thinking about buying, this is the time to help them buy. Why? And this is the reason why. So if a lot of questions are coming up, like what's going on in the market. So make sure you have the right answer for that, because you don't want to scare them away, but you don't want to lie to them either. So you want to give them the right information. And for that, you might want to connect with your lender and make sure that what kind of programs they have available, that you can relate that information to them. And that's a good way of, getting into a conversation. Trust me, you make the phone call, you reach out to them. That's one of the first questions. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, what's going on? What's going on in the market? Should I buy? Should I not buy? So that's the time to be able to get into that conversation and provide the right information for that. So I'll definitely suggest, like Steve was saying, go back to your sphere, go back to your lead source. Make sure those people that you have contacted 60, 90 days ago, or even more, even as a year ago, I'll try to reach out to as many people as I can, because this is the time for that. That's the time to expansion. So going over the steps again, don't panic, instead be prepared, guys. Practice safety. Number 2, commit to expansion. Number 3, follow the money. And number 4, be persistent. And lastly, take advantage of the situation. Do we have any other questions?
If anyone has any questions, you can drop them in the chat, or just unmute yourself and feel free to speak up.
Hey, Dylan.
Yeah,
a lot of people are calling me regarding about buying. Are there any mortgages that are the mortgages working, or has the mortgage market changed? Where are we right now?
Okay, so the mortgage market is always changing, especially now. But like I was saying, I think it would be best if we are in constant communication with our team. That means our in-house attorney, our lender, making sure that we know what's going on a daily basis. Because if we go back and we look into what's going on, we want to make sure we don't have late information. We want to be up to date. So every day I'm calling a lender, asking them, hey, what is going on? What rates do you have today? How's the market shifting right now on the lending side? What information can I give out to my clients? And I'm using that source to be able to reach out to them and making sure that they're having the latest information as well. And I can send it out via email, mass text messages, pretty much put into action the tools that we have. And I would definitely recommend that as the market changing.
Okay.
I have a question.
Hey, Judy.
Hi. What would you recommend that I tell people, because I've heard this from several clients that I've been working with, that the market is going to tank and they don't want to buy right now because they think the prices are going to go way down because of what's happening?
All right, let me ask you, are the buyers buying financing or buying cash?
One was cash, one was financing.
All right, so if people are buying with contingent on financing, obviously they don't want to wait until the market goes down, because pretty much the lenders, they will stop lending, or the criteria will be very difficult to get approved, a client approved, and the rates most likely they will go way higher. So now they're buying the price for buying or getting into a mortgage is really expensive. So I would definitely recommend those that want to purchase contingent on financing. This is the time to take advantage of that, because they're pretty much putting the money towards the house, and the purchase or the price for getting the loan is not that high as the interest rates stay a little bit down right now. And if they're buying cash, obviously they want to be liquid, because if the market does go down, they're getting now a better pricing on the property, where people will be motivated. That's my suggestion and advice.
Thank you.
You got it?
Daylon, we have a question. Since we have a lender in-house, can she introduce herself and tell us what are the updates? That's the question in the chat.
Awesome. Who's the lender?
Well, she's just asking for the lender to introduce themselves,
Oh, got it.
since we have an in-house.
Right. I don't think we have any other lender or any lender in the chat right now or connected with us today. But on Real Estate Friday, we can have somebody that come in, and then we can have them speak for a little bit on what's going on in the market, what happened this week, and what he sees happening the following week, on the following day. So that's a great idea. We can do that on Friday.
Hi, Dylan. Quick question. Like you said that you are calling the lenders every day, and can you update us on what they're saying, so not everyone is calling the same person and ask for updates?
Make sure that you do call the same person and bug them, okay? They're home
Okay.
too much, so make sure you are calling them. Not just kidding. But yeah, I will definitely update everybody. As soon as I get more information, aside from what I have shared with you guys previously, I'll make sure that we send out information to everyone. Make sure you're connected with us in Broker Nation. We want to make sure, if you're not part of the team right now, make sure you connected with us on Instagram or Facebook or the same meetings, because we're going to be sharing a lot of information on what's going on through those sources. And don't worry, we are going to share information with you, and I will send as much information as I can as soon as I get the latest information. If anything changes, I'll let you know.
Daylon, we have another question. As an investor, would you take out a line of credit of houses that are paid in full now better than later?
It all depends on for what purpose. That question can go, we can talk about it for a while, but it all depends what you want to do. If you want to get a line of credit, and this is on my personal level, if you want to take a line of credit to pay off debts and stuff like that, I wouldn't necessarily recommend you do that, but it all depends on everybody's situation. So I cannot speak on your behalf, but if you're doing it to be liquid and to be able to expand and be able to acquire more properties, that is definitely a strategy. And you sit down with a lender, consult that, and see how much would it be, what the rates and the terms should be, and negotiate it. This is the good time to negotiate all that as well. Yeah.
I was talking to a lender, so I'm gonna on Friday about lines of credit, and she was telling me that lenders don't want to do any line of credit because they're scared that if they take like they cash out all what they have, they're gonna stop paying. That's what she told me. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what she told me.
Although there is some truth, it's not entirely correct. There are still some lenders out there that are taking risk, or it all depends on the property and a specific situation. Obviously, you're not gonna do that with everybody. They have to qualify. Just like you qualify for a loan, you want to make sure that you're doing a refinance and doing some type of cash out, line of credit, and stuff like that. You have to qualify for it. And the criteria, they have changed a lot. They have changed tremendously. So not everybody's qualifying. So make sure you connect with your lender and communicate what you want to do, your strategy, and if you qualify for it, and if you want to take advantage, and that's your way of expanding on your real estate business and or acquisition as a market changes, then definitely this is the time to look into all that information.
And Daylon, we have one comment and one question. The comment is refi may be a good way to approach your SOI since rates are low, a good way to add value. Good point. Maybe you can comment on that. And then a question is, you're being asked to repeat the reasons that you just mentioned about why they should buy now instead of waiting for prices to go up and down.
Okay. Again, it all depends on the buyer. Is the buyer buying contingent on a finance? If they can get a loan, they can buy a house, or they're buying cash. So you got to look at both scenarios. If they're buying cash, obviously you want to buy when everything is on sale. So right now everything is not on sale, although you might get some sellers that are motivated, but maybe the people that are liquid, the people that have the money and they're buying cash, they might want to wait just a little bit. And the people that are buying contingent on financing, they do need a loan to be able to purchase, like a first-time home buyer, for example. If they wait, most likely what's going to happen, and which you all know this, what happened to the interest rate. Value to go down, interest rate tends to go up. So they're going to buy a property and they're going to pay a lot more for that mortgage than if they were to buy right now, since the rates are still flexible. So that's my explanation on that. Hopefully that will help.
I have a comment.
Yeah.
For anybody who might be personally struggling in our group, that finance companies, whether it be car, mortgages, credit cards, they are working with people to defer your payments. It may take you a long time on the phone, but for example, I got one personal loan deferred for 3 months. So I just want to let anybody out there know, if you're having that kind of trouble, that you should be calling all of your creditors and asking what kind of coronavirus help they have.
Thank you, Judy. Very good.
And Daylon, one more comment that I missed in the chat. The comment was going back to the line of credit. The line of credit would be to hold to invest in property when the market drops.
Yeah. So if as I was explaining, if that's the reason why, if you doing a refinance or you're doing a cash out or a line of credit, and it's because you want to be liquid. That's the only reason I would definitely do it right now. You want to be liquid. You want to have the money in your pocket. You don't want to sacrifice what you're paying right now. So obviously you have to qualify for a line of credit. But once you're liquid, you can invest in other properties, and you'll be among those that are waiting for the market or opportunities as they will arise to be able to do some acquisitions. So yeah, that's a strategy. There is some, I want to add to that. I saw the question again. So make sure that although the market drops, there are strategies that you can use to be able to do acquisitions. And just because the market is dropping doesn't mean that you still want to buy at that price. Keep that in mind. And we're going to come out with some trainings if you want to be part of that. We're putting together some live webinars, and we'll let you know once they're ready to go. But we're putting together some trainings. If people are thinking or they have the same mentality of maybe pulling lines of credit or selling a property to be able to be liquid, to be able to acquire more properties and stuff like that, we'll put together some kind of trainings that might be able to help you, and you might be able to help others. Yes, make sure that when you buy a property, it's a financial investment, it's just a small bit. Make sure that you don't buy at that price. Always negotiate. Okay, make sure always negotiate to get a better price. And you always want to buy having some kind of equity on your property. So just keep that in mind. And again, we're gonna be coming out with some trainings on how to do this and how to teach our clients to do the same, especially those that are investors that have their cash buyers, so they can acquire more property. So there will be a strategy for that. Any other question?
I had a comment to the group, to everyone. We are working hard to keep you guys connected in this difficult time, to keep you empowered. We want to catch you all up on a lot of training and things like that. And if anyone has any suggestions or feedback about the frequency of these Zoom meetings or what other content we can provide for you guys, please let us know, drop it in the chat, or just speak up, or text, or let one of us know, and we'll make sure that we keep you guys empowered and give you what you need and what you want to create value for your clients.
Steve, can you do us a favor? Can you share the screen and for the to Broker Nation events? I want to make sure everybody sees what we have coming up.
Yes, doing that now.
This is very important, guys. Especially if you're joining us for the first time. We know here at Broker Nation, we have dedicated ourselves to be able to help our agents to better themselves. Make sure that, especially nowadays, that everything is it's going on and everybody is concerned. We want to make sure we give you the latest information. So here you can see what we have coming up. So tomorrow or every Tuesday and Thursday, we have the CRM trainings. We're going to be doing module number 3. Set up your new. Well, Steve, you might want to talk to us a little bit.
Yes. So module 3. Sorry, I'm fumbling with a couple of screens here. And module 3 we have tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, same time. And everyone has been really great about module 1 and 2. There's video and there's all kinds of classroom materials for those of you that have joined. And for those of you that have not done it, there's material in there to get caught up, but you must register for these. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about setting up your website. Okay. For those of you that haven't got your website all up to speed yet, tomorrow is going to be for you. We're going to go through all the setup and the tricks and how to customize that website and brand it and make it your own. And Chime just rolled out a whole bunch of new features just late last week that I'm going to be covering too. There'll be video, there'll be classroom material, and you should all definitely register for that. www.brokernation.events.
Yes. So make sure you connect with us. As I was saying, I'm also connected here on Instagram Live. You can't see the screen, but if you go to brokernation.events, you'll be able to see all these trainings coming up, and you can connect with us and make sure you're part of what's going on and getting the latest information. Guys, the world may be in a crisis right now, but you and your business don't have to be. So make sure we continue moving forward and helping people and supporting people. So make sure we do that and we reach out to as many people as I can. Make sure you stay connected with the lender, the title company, and everybody that's playing a big role in our market right now. Get information from them too as to what's going on, what are they doing, and how we can share that information with our sphere and our customers and prospects. So make sure we do that. I see other questions here in the chat. It says, let's see, I think one from Karen. What do I do when you send your clients about doing a refinance? All right, so Karen, so here's my suggestion is I'm not telling anybody what they should do. I'm just giving them an idea based on the conversation I'm getting from them. So if they're asking me how the market is and I can lead the conversation and show them some value, for example, I've had some people that bought a house a few months ago, or maybe a year ago, 6 or a year ago. They bought a house and they got their interest a little bit higher. Maybe this is the time to connect them with your lender and make sure that what better rate they can give them, and maybe they want to do a refinance based on that to be able to lower their interest rate. Now, if they do have enough equity and they want to cash out, you can give them some ideas as to what they can do if they are liquid. But that has to be something that you speak with them depending on what they want to do. Not everybody's an investor. Not everybody wants to commit to maybe spending the money or acquiring more properties, but they would just want to have better payments monthly. So we want to make sure you get into that conversation. That's why the importance of making the phone call, reaching out to them and getting information so you can see how you can better serve them. We have Miguel Chirino. He's in the meeting with us today. He's an inspection company. Hey, Miguel.
Hey everyone, thanks for having me.
You want to say something on what's going on right now on your side of the business?
Oh, absolutely. Just want to let everybody know that we are still inspecting. I mean, that differs from inspection company to inspection company, but we are doing so in a conscientious manner, following all the guidelines that are happening. The social distancing, we're wearing safety equipment. One of the things, since you're all agents, that we're recommending is that when possible, if you have a listing, have it on a lockbox, to have as few people there as possible. Just to be conscientious and courteous to everybody. We're lucky and happy that the seller's allowing us in their home, so we want to be present of mind on that. Now, when it's not possible, try to have as few people as possible there. I know it's an exciting time, and even in these times, they want to have family and friends there, but now's not really the time for that. You know, we want to be very courteous to the seller and seller's agents.
Very good, man. Thank you so much for that.
No problem, guys. If you guys would like any more training or any more information, I'd be happy to go into more detail at another time. One of the things that we offer is a tool called BuildFacts, which might help you analyze deals and get ahead of issues that might present themselves before they even become an issue. So we do work as a resource in that respect.
Thank you, Miguel.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Remember also that this is being recorded. So if you cannot see this live or as it's happening, make sure you do get the link afterwards. It's gonna be sent to you via email. You might get it in a text message as well. We'll send that out to you guys. But so you can see this again. And if you have any questions, let's say that you watch this recording sometime during the day or late at night, and you have some questions, make sure you send us an email. My email is dailan@brokernation.net. You sure, if you're in the Doral office or North Miami, or make sure you reach out to Armando Romero as well, or Steve, any of us. Make sure you reach out to us if you have any questions that we might be able to help you with that. So it doesn't matter when you watch this, make sure that if you have any questions, you send it to us, and we'll try to answer as fast as possible.
Daylon, there is a few questions in the chat. I think most of them you've covered. I see one or two that you might want to address. One question is it a good time to look at foreclosure salvage values now that everyone is locked at home?
Yeah, absolutely. As I was saying, on one of the topics is to be creative. Think of ways to add in value. So yeah, definitely look for different ways that you can add some value or get some information, or look into you can help somebody by maybe saving their credits. One of the things about foreclosures is avoiding them. So if you can help somebody avoid a foreclosure or doing a pre-foreclosure or short sales, back in 2008, there was a lot of that. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people, because of no employment, they're gonna, their next source would be to stop paying their mortgage and not take advantage of what's going on. But it's our job, our duty, to inform them of what's going on and how they can get help before they go into a foreclosure stage or a foreclosure or even a short sale. Make sure you give them the information right now. So call as many people as you can, especially those that purchased from you at some point. Make sure you give them the latest information and show them how they can get some help, especially those that maybe they have lost their jobs.
Daylon, there's a question in the chat. I don't know if you can read it, about a lease contract. Customer is sick in New York. They don't know if they have the coronavirus. Now the landlord says that he needs the coronavirus test positive to sign that cancellation. Is that correct?
Okay, so in my opinion, you might want to contact an attorney for this and ask the right question, and they might be able to give you the best answer. But keep in mind that any medical test, it might be like a HIPAA violation if you give that to anybody else. So keep that in mind. If their landlord is asking for that, I would definitely contact an attorney Make sure that they're asking the right question. They're just not being greedy at this point. Everybody's in the same situation. Make sure that, first of all, you communicate with the landlord's agent. Everybody's on the same page and understanding, and what situation they're in. I'm pretty sure they were under contract. So by the tenant, or they're in New York. So first of all, they can't fly down because they're sick. That's good enough, whether they're positive or negative. They're sick. So taking chances and just flying down here is very risky. And the government is taking measures. I mean, that should be good enough excuse to be able to talk to the landlord or the agent. But understanding that not everybody's on the same page and not everybody is being humane enough, and they're asking for some medical proof, to me, that's a very fine line. I would definitely consult with an attorney. Just like that. That's my suggestion. All right. Is there any other questions? Again, guys, make sure you connect with us throughout the week. We do have a lot of trainings. Steve was mentioning some of them are coming up. Tuesdays and Thursday, Monday, the Mindset Monday, and Friday, Real Estate Friday. And I do my best to make sure that we do have a lender in house that maybe want to talk a little bit about what the market is going on, what happened throughout this week, and what's he seeing coming up for the following days or as well. And make sure you come to the trainings on Tuesdays and Thursday. Make sure you're in, because Steve is gonna be talking a lot of ways of you can market yourself right now, work with your tools, and how to reach out to as many people as you can via the tools that we're having. Again, my name is Dylan Ruido, the Raw Broker, on behalf of Broker Nation Real Estate. Thank you, everybody, for joining in this morning. Please take action. Keep in mind that this is gonna end, and when it does, where you're gonna be at. So take action right now, master your craft, and stay safe. And we hope that you and your family do so and are well. And if there's anything we can do, we're here for you. Thank you again.
Thank you, Dylan, and Steve, and everyone.